not every Christian... Bro, let me ask you a question. Is there an objective body of work that determines what Christianity is?
Define objective.
Well, let me ask you this question. Can I just make up my own religion and call it Christianity?
You can call it whatever you want.
Would it be
call it Christianity too, electric boogaloo for all I care.
Would it isn't there an objective set of teachings that defines what Christianity is?
Sure.
Okay then. So that being the case, we can refer back to those
you are doing the John Lennon thing.
and compare them to the actions of the teacher and the first followers, right? That's how we ascertain who's following what, right?
Well, the original argument started because convictions leading to utility. Because your original argument was, since you are convinced someone out there is objectively saying this is right, this is wrong, which the Crusaders also thought.
No, that's not what... No, bro. You asked me what the utility was in faith, and I said to glorify God and enjoy Him forever. I didn't say anything about rules or anything like that. What are you talking about?
Do you think the Crusaders were glorifying God, or rather, do you think they believed they were?
No, bro.
Did you put the link up?
I did not.
Are you doing that now or you want me to do it?
You do it. Maybe. Do you Facebook it?
Mm-hmm.
Imagine. How's the rest of it go?
What? I don't remember. Okay, so we've got Patreon and we have Facebook. That's the only places you put it up?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, whoa. Hey, guys.
Is that everybody? Allahu Akbar. 26 people. What's up, y'all?
Hi. What are people 22
Whoa,
about?
whoa. There's a shutdown?
No, I think the government shutdown might be over.
Oh, Kramer, I thought that was been over, my guy.
Nice clickbait title.
What's going on, Overshadow Sean? Did somebody say nice clickbait title?
Yeah, Neil said
it. There's Leah. What up? Build that wall.
Oh, gosh.
What's good, BM fan?
Alec, you just have to ask them for it.
So, Alex in the house?
Mm-hmm.
Where? Ah. What's up? What's up?
They want to know if you got a hold of John Lennon.
Get the vision. I'm lyrical terrorism. You ain't a killer, murder ain't in your mechanism. Oh, Dan Pogmore, Parkway Drive. Dan, it's coming, but I got to give you guys a real skinny on, what's his name? What's his face? What's the guy's name again?
I don't know. Who, John Lennon?
John Lennon.
Oh.
Ray Gonzalez in the house. What's good, sis? Stick to your guns, Vin, about Lennon. I'm sticking to my guns. Listen.
Did both of you see the middle names for the baby? Nope. I haven't seen them yet. What, the suggestions? Well, what did you do? Did you ask on Patreon or something?
Yeah, I asked on Patreon. Somebody brought up the Kenshi one on Patreon. Kenshi. Okay. Kenshi is, it means like humble truth or something like that. Which is, that's a good name.
Yeah, I think I want something Arabic sounding though.
Orion Kenshi. Vector, something with both magnitude and direction. That's a good one. Vector.
Really, Alec?
What?
He asks for them all the time and they dump a bunch in his bag.
If they ever ask for more, they give me attitude.
They don't ever give you a problem. They always give you a bunch.
Orion North Star. What about North Star? That's an interesting one.
No, I really think I'm leaning towards something Arabic.
You have to talk about that kid in Saudi Arabia who was beheaded. Jeez.
Yuck, Neil.
Look at Ray. Work canceled today. My daughter got out of school early and it's currently raining literal ice.
Whoa. I love storms like that. We have one starting tomorrow, actually.
Read my comment. Which comment, Yan?
Look, this guy says, or girl says, they liked your take on the song.
Thank you, Spetsnaz. You know what Spetsnaz is? That's Russian special forces. Spetsnaza!
Oh, really?
Yeah, those guys are crazy. Those guys are crazy. Those guys are. Their training is people die all the time and all that stuff, and their training is ridiculous. Spetsnaza. Seven Dust Tremonti show at the House of Blues. Vin.
Yeah, that's what Stu Mo.
Oh no shit. Okay.
Something about.
The government opened right because he threatened to shut it down again, but they came to an agreement 30 minutes ago. No way. I just gotta. There it is. Congressional negotiators have reached a deal in principle and plan to draft a final agreement on Tuesday. There's so many things that we need to talk about in middle America. What about Orion Najma? The thing is, Najma, I know that Najma means star, but it's a girl's name.
Yeah, it sounded feminine to me.
One of my exes claims to be a medium. Maybe she can hook you up with that Lennon interview. Yeah. Good Lord. That was a miss. For sure.
Hey, Pony.
Are you going to get your wall, Leah? Mustafa Sheen. No. Orion Ryan. No, we will not name him Orion Ryan. What are y'all's kids' other middle names? Johan is Christian. Zoe is Ray. Dorian is Lee. So. What's going on, Joel Yarborough? How you doing, big homie? Yeah, we're definitely going to go to that Slipknot with Gojira show. That's for sure.
Pony, did Gia pick that stuffy or did you pick it? Oh, really, Peter? Your middle name is Johan?
Dude, you're getting a wall. Orion Joseph 7. 7's a good middle name. Orion 7.
What's 7 in Arabic?
Huh? What's 7 in Arabic? I'm not sure.
What does that mean? Yes. What? No, Gia picked it. Is it yes or is it no? You'll have to message when Vin goes back, because right now he's looking up.
Arabic to English. It's English to Arabic. English, Arabic. 7. Sbeh. Arabic 7. No, it's not cool. Esbar or something like that? No.
I'll know it when I hear it.
7's a pretty cool name. How about Latin English? 7. From English to Latin. I can't believe that you don't like 7. You don't like any of my name. Septim? No, that's dumb. What about Greek?
Didn't we have one that kind of meant like a sign?
Yeah, Signa. Signa means sign. He's also an angel in one of those things that we watched.
That's a...
All right, Jay, you out of here already? Orion Brian. Orion the Next Generation. Jeez.
Oh my gosh.
7 is how that kid that was beheaded. A kid really got beheaded? Subhanallah.
7 years old? That's terrible.
I cannot imagine that. Jeez.
That is so wrong.
That's horrible. Orion Jude. What about Orion Judas?
No.
Huh?
Nope.
Why? It's a nice name.
Nope.
Okay, fine.
No Judas.
What the hell? What happened to that kid? 7-year-old beheaded?
Oh my gosh.
Child beheaded, Saudi Arabia. Boy beheaded by taxi driver in front of screaming mother.
What?
Boy 6 beheaded in front of screaming mother in Saudi Arabia for being the wrong religion.
Oh my gosh.
Belonging to the wrong branch of Islam, the child and his mom were allegedly approached while visiting a shrine to the Prophet Muhammad in Medina and asked if they were Shia. The mom reportedly said yes. Several minutes later, a car pulled up beside them and the child was snatched away from her. Jeez, the boy was repeatedly stabbed in the neck with a piece of broken glass until he was beheaded. That's a terrible story.
I don't know how you come out of that.
The girl I'm seeing legit said if we ever had a son, his name will be Legion. I don't know if I should.
Somebody that named their kid that.
I don't know if I should run or propose. Okay, how do I pronounce Torgir phonetically, Yan? The Saudi government won't do anything. They behead Shia and atheists all the time. SubhanAllah. That's terrible.
A little child.
Hey,
why go after the kid? Why not the mom?
I have no idea. I have no idea. Yeah, but those that beef between the Shia and the Sunnis, it's real. You know, it's pretty crazy. I don't know if the country condones it. I don't know if the country condones it, but
Is Becky in here?
What's up, Chad? Yeah, I mean, look, my opinion on the song is that it was extremely simplistic, and it was a bit condescending, extremely condescending. But I would like to talk to some people as to why they're so emotional about other people's opinions, because I think that that's important.
Happy birthday, Becky.
I'm listening to Sori's favorite song, Peace Sells.
Oh, gosh. Ugh.
Oh, gosh, that's terrible. Yeah, I mean, we could talk about anything we like, but what would BC say? Just like Vin. Orion Burton. I mean, the only thing, you know, when I sit in the shower and think about the song, the only thing that I think about is, well, there are people that think our view of the world is Pollyannish and unrealistic.
Yeah.
Because we're post-millennialists. We believe that the world is going to progressively get better. Mm-hmm. So, from that perspective, I think people would probably lump us in with John Lennon in that sense. But I really didn't like the song. But what I'm very interested in is having a discussion with an offended person.
Yep.
Because I'd like to know why my opinion on a song got so many people so emotional. I think that would be very interesting.
So if somebody has something to say, I want chocolate. Right
How is
now.
it condescending to wish we could all be one? The condescending part for me, Kellen Dross, was when he said, I hope you join us, as if he's somehow arrived. Because he's got the answer. Now, look, if you pull off a resurrection, then I'm inclined to say, okay, well, maybe this guy's got some answers. But if you're just a regular Joe like me, and you say, I hope you join us, I don't know. Of course, maybe that's just my own immaturity, and I understand that. It's very, very possible. Vin, they were idiot hippies, man. Do I believe he was murdered by a fan or was a government assassination? A government assassination? Nah, everybody was saying that he got killed by a dude that liked Catcher in the Rye. Orion Lennon. What about Orion Lennon?
It'll never happen.
I actually think Orion Lennon actually has a nice ring to it.
Nope.
It sounds good though. It flows off the lips. Orion Lennon.
Zoe,
No.
Come here. So does Ryan. I'm gonna try to bribe Zoe to make me some brownies.
Happy birthday. I mean it.
Okay, I want to strike a deal with you. Make me some brownies, and I'll buy you that package of cookies the next time I go to the store.
Orion Targaryen. I will not name my child after Game of Thrones. Orion Styx. Serious though, I think. The lead singer of Pain and Salvation named one of his kids after John Lennon. Orion Trump. Hell no, we're not going to name him no Orion Trump.
Yeah, they're cast iron brownies. She does pretty good.
Yeah, they are kind of incestuous, the Targaryens. Orion Cthulhu. So Orion Game of Thrones is off the table.
That's terrible. That's never going to happen.
What about Orion Sebastian?
No.
Orion Strider.
Probably not.
Orion Gersock.
No.
Sabaha.
What's that mean? Ooh. Sour.
You're the only Christians I've seen more upset seeming at Imagine than Deicide or Cannibal Corpse. I looked back at the.
Don't lump me in with it.
Well, no,
I
she said
wasn't upset.
you're the only, not all of us. But I wasn't upset at the song. Was I upset?
You were having a bad day.
Yeah, the song really wasn't
and you did
that
the
important to me.
review, and so it looked like it was the song, but it wasn't.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like, well, I had one guy that was saying, you didn't like it because it's against Christianity or whatever. I'm like, he just did a Deicide review the day before.
Yeah, no.
Orion Danger. What about Orion Danger? What about Orion Danger?
If danger was in another language, maybe.
Orion Danger. All right, Silver has it. Orion Leviathan. No. We cannot name him. It's interesting because Leviathan, is this bad evil beast, and I got the name Orion at the Behemoth show. So, there you go.
It's not downstairs.
Orion Maguire.
I used it today.
Orion Brightstar.
It's down there. It just needs to be washed, probably.
What about Orion Brightstar? Elio Mike! Orion Samson.
Check on the stove. Check around. It's down there.
The Most High made me like Samson. Strong, black, handsome. Orion Zeus. What's good, Elio Mike? Finn hates peace. I don't hate peace. Yeah, nice one.
Yeah.
Yeah, Leviathan was a water dragon, and Yahweh had to go and defeat him over there in the Psalms. Orion Kali. No, we're not going to name him no Kali. Or Marduk. We're not going to name him anything like that. What's wrong with you kids? Orion Odin. I do like the Norse names, though. If I can get a Norse name in there to pass, that would be great. Orion Unleashed the Archers. I do want peace. I just didn't like that particular song. Orion Ishmael, Orion Holden. Hey, Jen G, we're working.
Hey.
First of all, Jen, we have to thank you because of you or what we were watching you.
Yes, I like it.
And
But you and I have a different feel on it.
Here's Ben. Vin hates the concept of peace. So, number one, Jen, thank you for you. And now we have to come up. Orion
and it's
Lewis.
Crazy because I
Not
literally
bad.
was telling Vin, I was like, is there like a movie or a show where there's like an obsessed person? It's like a relationship and there's like an obsessed person and it goes too far. That was like 2 weeks before we started watching you.
Yeah, it was like a week before
For
we
a
watched
week.
you. Yeah.
I was like in the mood for that. And that hit the nail on the head.
Yeah. We probably should have done some updates on My Story Life about you.
Mm-hmm.
Tati means start and finish. And there's Ben.
There's Ben.
God almighty.
I saw The Roommate.
Orion is kind of already the name we got from the channel because I came up with the name at the Behemoth show. Mm-hmm. So it was like, whoa, that name Orion is awesome.
No.
Orion Markath.
I will know it when I hear the name, and it needs to ring.
Well, Elio Mike said something. Orion Rigel? It's a star in the Rigel. Rigel?
Say it, write it phonetically.
Right? Rigel. Rigel phonetically.
Orion Floki.
No Targaryens! Orion Baphomet. No. It's got to sound badass, guys.
Orion, Destroyer of Worlds. That is quite the middle name.
Oh, look at that. Orion Ezekiel, Genesis Orion Jonah.
I don't like the name Jonah. I never have.
Yeah, that's probably never going to happen.
Probably because of what type of person he was.
Thanos. You're the only person I've ever met that doesn't like. Was it David? Or Jonah?
Jonah.
Orion Ben
What do
Webb.
you mean I'm the only one that doesn't like?
He might be a sensible, nice poet. Yeah, Orion. Orion's a nice little poetic name.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe one of the names of like some mythical god. I don't know. I'll know it when we come across it.
So you didn't like Orion? Orion Silver is pretty cool. I like Orion 7.
I like Orion Silver.
Orion X, I like that. Get some of that militant Malcolm X going on there. Orion Farrakhan. Go ahead, brother. Svante means celebrating people.
I don't like that word.
One of my daughters is named Ivy Ashton Maxine Crosby Gonzalez. Good Lord.
Orion Belichick. No.
Orion Belichick. Orion Brady. Orion Xerxes. You will find
What's
that
this?
I'm kind.
Sirius?
Sirius, yeah. That's like a whole star. Orion Phoenix. Allahu Akbar. Orion Phoenix?
Yeah.
Hmm?
Is that the bird that comes up from the ashes?
Yeah, he rises from the ashes. A good tattoo.
Oh.
Ooh,
Okay, that's on the list.
That's on the short
Oh, that was
list.
Tina.
That's on the short list. I'll tell you what, if we could find a badass name for Phoenix in Latin, that'll do it, huh? English to Latin. All right, let's see. What do you have for us? It's Phoenix.
Oh, that's how they pronounce it in Latin.
That's how I pronounce it in Latin. What about Arabic? Huh? Enka. Hold on.
It's gonna do that big echo thing.
What about Arabic?
Anka.
Nah.
No.
Let's see. So we had Latin, Arabic. What about French? Hey, French might surprise us.
I don't think so.
Feni. It's probably like Feni or something like that. That's whack. What about Greek? What about Greek?
Ooh.
It's a good tattoo. What about
Phoenix.
Phoenix?
What about Hebrew?
Hebrew? There's no Phoenix in Hebrew.
How can you know something like that?
There's no Phoenix in
You know,
Hebrew.
that's alphabetized, babe.
Yeah, see, there's no... You can't even hear how it sounds. I'm not doing no Hebrew. Whack. That's trash. Phoenix. Sipping white Russian, chicken the Benz bumping, Orion Master of Woman. Oh gosh.
No. That's no.
Raw.
Stop that, babe!
Orion Alexander. Phoenix. See, Bob Miller knows. Okay.
No, Pony, I didn't go to the post office.
Miller, spell out phonetically what Phoenix sounds like in Hebrew. Orion Zeitgeist. Orion Shakur.
Orion Skywalker. No.
I don't know. Orion Phoenix sounds pretty badass.
I like Phoenix.
Okay,
Because
that's
of what it is.
Khalas. Orion the Great. So Phoenix is numero uno.
That one's definitely top on the list.
All right, done. Orion
No,
Phoenix.
it's not
There it is.
done.
Orion Belial. Fuck you, Ray Gonzalez. Little Orion Uzi Burt. Orion Balthazar. Orion Vader. That's pronounced Rigel.
Oh no, what does that mean?
Rigel?
Yeah.
It's one of the stars in the Phoenix constellation.
Rigel.
I mean, it's one of the stars in the Orion constellation. Rigel. In Orion is blue-white, brightest stars. Okay, Rigel. Name meaning. What does Rigel mean? Orion's a prominent Rigel.
Doesn't even mean anything.
Beta Orionis and Alpha Orionis. Okay, Rigel. Rigel sounds cool.
Yeah.
Rigel name meaning. Here we are. Arabic. The name Rigel is an Arabic baby name. It's foot.
No.
What a disappointment.
Phoenix foot. I think Phoenix is better.
Man, that is terrible. What a disaster. What foot.
No.
Is a blue star of the first magnitude that marks the hunter's left foot in the Orion constellation. Yikes. Beautiful name.
Yep.
It's Arabic. That was perfect. And then it had
I
to be
know.
the foot. couldn't be
Yeah,
like
no.
righteous right hand or something like that. God almighty.
Oh my
What a
God.
disaster. Okay, so Orion Phoenix right now is the tier. Jan, weren't you tier? Orion Talahal.
Silver.
Orion
Was
Icarus.
that a silver? Were you doing a play on? Orion's belt is my least favorite constellation. It's a huge waste of space. Get it? Of space.
Alright. I think we're gonna go with Orion.
For now, it's Orion Phoenix.
Yeah. You're gonna have to come up with a real good name to beat Orion Phoenix.
Yeah.
Orion 1349. Yeah.
What's this?
Huang Feng. It means Orion Tendies. Orion Red Bull. Orion Priest. I don't disagree. Hey, what about Priest? No? I like that.
As a name, priest?
As a middle name, that's a strong middle name. A lot of theology there we could read into the boy. No? You don't care? Fine. Priest in Latin. Okay, so we've got Orion Phoenix. Rigel sounded cool though.
I know.
Raiden wins. What about Raiden?
What's that mean?
Rayden. Raiden.
What does it mean?
Doesn't that sound cool? Orion Raiden? Doesn't it?
I feel like you're tricking me, so...
No, think about it. Orion Gollum, no. Orion Raiden.
What does it mean?
He was the... Here, I'll show you Raiden. I'll show you a picture of Raiden.
Oh, my word. It's cold.
Raiden wins. Fatality. Da-da-da! Raiden. There you go. Raiden. He's the thunder god on Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Look at that. Looks like a badass, huh? It's got all the electricity, the lightning.
You get past the hat.
What? The hat is badass. The hat is what makes him the coolest character.
No.
Do 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 do.
No.
Do 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 do. That's Mortal Kombat. That is a badass name, Raiden. I wish my parents would have named me Raiden. Orion Deadpool.
Ugh.
All right, fine. Haven and Sori, do you want me to show you my other channel? Probably not.
Why would you say that?
Let's see if Vin gets a reference. Orion Latour. I don't. What about Orion Sub-Zero?
No.
Sub-Zero. Cassie Cage has become the best character. I'm going to have to Google that.
Chad, I thought the post office closed at 5:30, but it turned out it closed at 5, and Selah was just with her school today.
She was terrible in school.
It was such a frustration. So she was just dragging her feet. She didn't have that drive to get it done. So it took a long time. And then by the time I was like, all right, well, it was like 7 minutes till it was going to be 5 o'clock. I messaged Vin. I'm like, I got to go to the post office. You want to come? And then I Googled it in the meantime. I'm like, shoot, it closed at 5. So I'm going to take her tomorrow, though.
When's the John Lennon interview? Yeah, I think we're the only reaction channel where one of our regulars threatens to kill us. So Ben Webb was like, I will arrange the interview with Vin and John Lennon.
Oh, no.
Yeah. thank you for that, Ben. I appreciate you.
Vin comes up missing.
Yep, it's because Ben Webb overpowered me and beat me up. Orion Metatron. Oh, I saw what you did there, Mr. Neurosis. That's a good name.
Orion, I don't know.
Metatron. Metatron is a divine figure in intertestamental Jewish literature.
Oh.
Yeah. That was one of the slyer ways he's threatened to kill you. Well, either he's threatening to kill you or threatening to resurrect Lennon. I think he was threatening to kill me. That's what I think. Yeah. Doesn't Orion mean son of fire? I hope that's what it means.
Oh my gosh.
I hope that's what it means.
If that's what it meant.
That's going to be
coupled
crazy.
With Phoenix.
Woohoo! Yeah, look.
Disappoint me.
Son of fire or dawning.
Oh, my word.
Ha ha!
Oh,
Yes.
my word.
Yes, it's even better.
Yeah.
Yes, who can dwell in the everlasting burnings? Thank you very much, sir. Orion Lucifer. Nope.
So when you go from Orion, which means son of fire,
Right.
to Phoenix.
That's right. He rises from the ashes.
Yep.
God's purifying fire.
Yes.
You're going to make it through all your problems.
Very good. Show me again. Flex again, Vin.
No pressure, Orion, to live up to your name. Nah. It's going to be all Allah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to help him through all
yeah.
it. It's with God's help, with Allah's permission. Don't worry, Sarcast.
Orion Phoenix is perfect. Son of the Firebird. Oh,
Thank you very much, Salamut.
Orion Samuel. Who wouldn't want to be named
Samael.
the venom of God?
My son. Oh yeah, that was Biggie's middle name. You right.
That's a good name.
Batushka, official. Let me know, sir. Text me. We can hook up. He's coming to Boston. Son of Fire. Look
at Agony.
I want to change my name.
Agony says, and y'all think Johan is bad? Help you both.
Orion Phoenix, talk to me. Talk to me. That's going to be a good one. That's going to be a good name. Son of Fire. Whew.
This kid's going to grow up to be an arsonist.
Jesus nicknamed the John and James Sons of Thunder. So Sons of Thunder, Sons of Fire. Oh, that song. We are the children of fire.
Yeah.
We are the lions.
Yeah.
We stay when all else deserted.
I forgot about that one.
Born to fight and fight and fight. Let's go. Good job, Tina Banks.
Yeah, that's right. It came from Tina.
So that's it? Is it locked in?
There would have to be something insane that would change it. Otherwise than that, it's locked in.
I, for one, encourage his arson.
Silver.
We will also be sending you the bill in the mail, Silver.
Orion Sori.
All right. Let's do a lightning round. Ask us anything.
Did you fix the string on your guitar yet? Or do you need to bring you one? He didn't fix the string on the guitar, but someone did send him a set.
I actually have a bunch of strings.
He has to fix them.
We'll jam together. You can teach me exercises in futility.
If you actually come out and see us.
She goes, never mind, can't afford that. The Green New Deal. Yeah, Rich, we're actually going to shoot a video on the Green New Deal. Allahu Akbar.
No, I don't think that we're going to be at that show.
Which one?
The one on Valentine's Day.
There's a show. Probably not. Probably not.
Ice cream.
Vin, Zoe looks like the broccoli from VeggieTales. That isn't a question. More of a statement. Thank you. Ice cream over gelato. I am not going to fuck up that, Jackson. Don't worry. What do you think of AOC? I think AOC represents what we could be.
What is AOC?
Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. I think she represents the energy and the change that needs to happen. I just wish the people that were handling her had groomed her a little better, especially before she started walking around saying stuff. Because she's putting way too much blood in the Shark Tank. So I wish she would have been able to cook for like a year. But that's my thoughts on AOC. We're gonna have to talk about the Green New Deal in a Middle America broadcast. And I'm not completely against everything she said, but there are some things that she said in there that are just. It almost makes somebody put out a meme that she was like a plant or something to destroy the progressive movement on the left, which I don't believe that, because I don't believe that people on the left are that nuanced of thinkers to be able to even do something like that. Re Hillary Clinton. So I just wish she had a year to cook. I'm not recycling my pee. I know you guys are personally anti-gun because you're pacifists, but what about politically? Are you politically pro-gun or anti-gun? I'm not anti-gun. I'm not anti-gun. I am a fan of gun control if the gun control would actually stop criminals from killing us. I just haven't found any gun control solutions that would actually work. So that's where I am. I don't know where you are. Are you against guns? You don't want anybody to have guns or what? What, babe?
It's such a complicated thing for me because of how I think that there's issues with people having guns. You know, a lot of times people have a gun in their house and their family members end up getting hit. And I think that people fire off their guns. Like I've seen, video clips of, somebody getting robbed and then the person is running away and they're taking out their gun and they're still shooting at them. And then the other person gets, like, I think that a lot more injuries happen as a result of people having weapons all over the place. But at the same time, I'm not a complete pacifist, because if I had a weapon and somebody came into the house to do anything to the kids, I would shoot them.
Yeah, you do them. You're not a.
And I don't feel like, now I've never shot somebody, obviously, so I don't know what that would be like. And you read people saying, when somebody gets shot, it's not that easy, and that there's like guilt and everything that goes along with it. That I don't know. I just feel like at this point that if somebody tried to harm one of my children and I had a weapon and I could kill them, that I could do it without feeling bad. But I mean, I've never been in this situation. So,
well, I know.
So yes, I think our military needs to have weapons at this point. I mean, obviously, we don't have a world that would be okay if we didn't have a military.
Yeah.
Sarcasm. I never said I'm doing the right thing by saying I would shoot them. I'm giving you the honest answer, though. I would shoot them if they were going to harm my kids. That woman, if she would have had a weapon that was stabbing her friggin' 7-year-old in the throat, like, yeah, I would fire off that gun. Nobody's going to put some glass in my kid's throat. It's not going to happen. So.
Well, yeah. And it's different for a man and a woman, because as a man, I would say I feel pretty good about my chances of that would never even happen to me. Mm-hmm. But as a woman dealing with men who could overpower you, yeah, the gun is an equalizer. And I know you. I've seen people, I would shoot this person. I know for a fact they wouldn't. I've seen you in conflict. You would.
Yeah, I don't know what I would do.
Thanks, KZ.
What?
Go buy episodes of Adam Ruins Everything on Amazon.
They're cheap. Start with gun control. Will you remember that?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know what I would do if it was just me and I had a weapon and somebody was coming at me. It really, I think, depends on the day. What I would do in that situation.
Okay, so the broader understanding of the Second Amendment, which is, a well-organized militia. I forgot the rest of the verbiage. I'm sorry. That was prior to us having a Marine Corps, an Army, a Navy, and an Air Force. And so you needed an organized militia everywhere so that you could call upon for the defense of the states, because the idea of the states were that they were their own little countries. And so if you had your own a state is a country. Mm-hmm. So if you had your own little country, each country should have had a military. Mm-hmm. So that's the function of the militia. But now that we have federalized a federalized military, I don't really see how that aspect of the Second Amendment is pertinent today. What?
I'm hungry. I'm gonna go get more to eat.
That's true, Batushka official. Those military branches take orders from the government, which could become tyrannical at any time. Well, I mean, look, somebody had a meme where they compared what we're living under now versus what was going on in 1775. Mm-hmm. And it's like, we're under more oppression now than before. Mm-hmm. I get it. I just think that we've crossed some lines. Like, we've got nuclear weapons now. We have,
Yeah.
It's like I said, I have a very hard time believing that your local, those guys over there running around the woods in Nebraska are going to be able to deal with a DevGru team.
No.
I just don't see it happening.
Yeah, this person too. Oh, shoot, I had right there. Orange man. Army can always turn on you. Yeah, but I don't think that we should give the general population access to the type of weaponry that the military has. I think that that's insane to do something like that. Look at what they're doing with just the weapons that they have. Lots of people have gotten killed because of that.
Yeah, and I think, it's true. Hitler, he disarmed the citizenry. That's a fact. Mm-hmm. And we're already, to Anthony's point, we're already living in a tyrannical government. But see, that's to Alex's point. Let people purchase thermonuclear weapons and ICBMs for self-defense. The free market will handle it. That's my other side of it. It's like, it doesn't say guns, it says arms. Uh-huh. The right to bear arms. Well, if I'm a billionaire and I can afford an ICBM, should I be able to have one?
No.
How can you say no?
No. Yeah, the founders could not have contemplated weapons that exist now. Blunderbusses are one thing, nukes another. I don't know what blunderbusses are, but
I think bunker buster maybe.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my gosh, Dan. A chicken in every pot and a nuke in every garage.
Yes, Becky, thank you for the $5, by the way. Yes, we'll still be your friend if you go on vacation.
What is she talking about?
She's going on vacay.
Yeah. So why wouldn't we be her friend? Oh, it's a small musket.
Yeah, I don't think that the if the U.S. government really wanted to impose tyranny on us, there's nothing we could do. Like, we've got we have the craziest military in the history of human beings. I don't think people realize the power of the U.S. military. Mm-hmm. We're fighting a two-front war. We kicked the crap out of. It's just, if you get a peek as to what the U.S. military is actually capable of, the idea that regular citizens can withstand that type of power with their small arms is crazy to me. What's up, Paula? The military would defect. I don't know about that, Elio Mike. Because in Ruby Ridge and in the Branch Davidian compound, that didn't demonstrate that the military would defect. So, that we suspended posse comitatus and we had Delta operators out there killing innocent civilians during the Branch Davidian standoff. So, Vin, we need to talk. Okay, I'm here. What are we talking about? All right, Zombie Rider. I just don't see it happening. But I'm not against the Second Amendment. I'm not against gun. I'm not anti-gun. I just think Christians shouldn't kill anyone. Christians shouldn't use lethal force for any reason. But that doesn't mean I'm against other people's right to self-defense. I think if you're a Christian, you put yourself under a much higher law and a higher standard than other people. So I can't be against the Second Amendment. I'm for it. You know, have your gun, defend yourself. But we have a problem with gun crime in this country that is not replicated around the planet, and we've got to face that and come up with real solutions as to how to combat that, because we're in trouble.
Yeah. No, Silver, we haven't had the time.
Yes, Ben, I did.
Oh my gosh.
I did get your email, and I was gonna respond to it, and then I deleted everything that I said about it. I did. I was gonna respond, and then boom.
Well, Dirk, I don't know what you're referencing, but if enough Christians die, things will change. That is a true concept.
If the military has it, we should have it. I don't believe that. I don't believe that anybody who can afford it should have an F-15. You shouldn't have an F-15.
No.
Yeah, you could buy it. Hey, Matthew Winter, you could just stroll in and buy a stick of dynamite. I think that's crazy.
P. Thor, there's a very specific reason why Jesus told them that. And they said that they had one or two swords.
Two.
They had two swords, and he said that's enough. Well, obviously, if they were going to take on a bunch of people or whatever, then they would need more than two swords. It was that there was a prophecy that was said that he would be numbered among the transgressors. And at the time, there was groups of people that were trying to come against the Roman government. The name is slipped.
What?
What were the people called? Like the group of people? It's slipped my mind. That he was numbered among the transgressors. What's another word for the transgressors?
The Sakari, the jihadists. They were jihadists.
Yeah, so it was for that reason. So when when the soldiers showed up to arrest him and there was a sword present, they could say that he was part of that group. That's not the word I have in my head. So he did get numbered among the transgressors because there was a sword or two in their presence. It wasn't because he thinks that in that same whole speech, he tells them, if you live by the sword, you're going to die by the sword. And when Peter pulls out the sword to actually use it, Jesus turns and rebukes him. So you got to take that all in context.
Long story short, Jesus wanted just enough swords around to get him arrested.
Right.
I mean, that's really the long and the short of it. He just wanted to make sure he could get himself arrested. Hey!
It's not on speaker. Oh, it is.
Who am I talking to? Okay, talk to me. What's up?
Give me a second. Let me get louder here.
Yeah.
Your ideas on guns. Obviously, I mean, I'm a big gun guy, being, with my background and everything. I don't agree with a lot of your points.
Okay. What don't you agree with?
One, the idea that the citizen should not be armed with the same armament as the military. I don't believe that at all.
So you believe that if a citizen can afford it, he should be able to have access to nuclear weapons?
No, but I do believe a regulated militia of the people should, or an entity outside of a government military.
Okay, so you believe that if a guy organizes 50 people to be in his militia, he should be able to have command of an ICBM?
If they have a means to acquire one. ICBM, I mean, that might be extreme because, I mean, if the government's going to nuke its own citizenship anyway, then there's a bigger problem.
I
Like,
agree.
if you drop a nuke in the middle of New York, then you got an issue that's bigger than just people owning weapons.
I agree, but you're saying people should just be able to have the same type of armament that the government has.
All right, so you go back in history a bit and you look at the government that we defected from to start this country, right? Which is kind of the stemming point of why we formed a nation to begin with. They were oppressive. They overtaxed, the colonies to the point of, I don't really have an analogy. It was ridiculous, the amount of taxes and goods and whatnot that was demanded of the colonies here, and they were not treated like British citizens were treated. They weren't treated the same as they were treated in Britain.
Sure. I'm agreeing with you, but are you saying that we should have, that regular citizens should have access to every form of armament that the government has?
The average citizen in his house, no. But we don't have a militia that the Second Amendment calls for either.
There's lots of militias all over the place, my guy. There's about 30 militias in Maine alone. So those guys should be able to have access to a nuclear weapon?
Well, according to the Geneva Conventions, nobody technically should have the access to a nuclear weapon. I mean, I think America and only a few other countries are actually allowed nukes. Right. And even then, we don't have nukes on continental U.S. We have them offshore.
I'm just asking, do you really believe that we should be able to have the same type of armament that the government has? And if a person is leading a militia and it's well organized, should they be able to have access to one of those weapons?
I think the ICBM is a moot point because obviously we don't even let nations have ICBMs like North Korea or, Iraq.
Yeah, but North Korea, we're not duty bound to a constitution for the Iraqis or the North Koreans. The Constitution of the United States, though, says that, according to you, you should be able to have arms that replicate the arms that we have right now. Is that what you're saying? Or do you believe that there should be limits to the arms that people can have access to?
See, the limit thing, I mean, that's a gray area, and it's hard to say yes or no. Like, initially, I want to say yes, but I also see the danger of an idiot having an ICBM. Like, it causes more damage than good. My thing is, going back again to the Second Amendment, what means do we have to stop a tyrannical government? I mean, you said yourself that we are under more oppression now than they were back then.
We've crossed that line. We're not going to be able ever to, as normal citizens, get up and overthrow the government of the United States by military means. That's never going to happen. Huh?
Like, you look at civil wars across the world, and they're started by small militias.
What first world nation, post the industrial age, has mounted a successful civil war to overthrow their government?
We don't live in an age where civil wars are overly common either.
You know why that is? Because in a first world nation, it is impossible to overthrow the government via guerrilla warfare. That's why.
I would again disagree. I mean, there's no stats to. I mean, that's an opinion thing. That's my opinion versus yours. There's nothing that's going to prove that one way or the other, except for that it hasn't happened.
No,
yet.
there's lots that can prove it. Just show me one. Show me one.
I said there is not. There isn't one that can prove it one way or the other. It's a moot point.
Okay. Well, Vietnam. First of all, Vietnam was not a first world nation. Secondly, so that doesn't help the case. What I'm asking for is a first world nation that assembled a guerrilla army or guerrilla militia to overthrow their government. And the reason we haven't seen it is not because there isn't any civil unrest. The reason we haven't seen it is because it's impossible. The minute you have an actual air force, that's the end of the discussion. It's over. So we're never going to be able to militarily overcome the tyranny of our government. That ship has sailed.
I don't believe it sailed, and I don't believe that regulating what a citizen can and cannot defend himself with against. I mean, you can even look at tyrannical police departments. Then let's not talk about nations. Let's talk about law enforcement. I mean, laws come down from the Fed and they're enforced, but I mean, there's plenty of videos of and evidence showing that law enforcement also abuses power. So the abuse of power doesn't stop with just the federal government.
Oh,
I mean,
hey, you're talking to me. I know about police. Believe me. You have no idea. I know. But the way to overcome that type of tyranny is not to arm yourself, because it's literally impossible to overcome those people. That's why you haven't seen it in a first world nation. If people are walking around with Kalashnikovs and a couple RPGs here and there will do it, then fine. That's why you see in second and third world countries, you have these uprisings all the time. But not in a situation like in a first world nation. It's just not going to happen.
What do you think would happen in a first world nation? I mean, do you really think the government would drop a nuke? I mean, that one senator, I can't even remember his name now, or he was a representative that said that, got all kinds of media coverage for saying, the government has nukes.
Yeah. I think what would happen is if the government really felt threatened by somebody's random militia in Montana, they would deploy the quote-unquote National Guard, who would just be DevGru and Delta operators, and they would eliminate those people in about 14 hours. That's what would happen. They would do... Look, Steve, you got to understand. Our government, led by Mr. Bill Clinton and Miss Janet Reno, killed a bunch of civilians right in front of us during the Branch Davidian siege. They did that shit right out in the open. These people...
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, they don't care. Well, you think that they fear that we're going to strike back, or was that a message? You think they weren't even trying to cover it up? Yeah, we killed these people.
I haven't covered up anything in a while.
Yeah, you know what happened? ATF showed up, and 3 of their guys got hit. 2 of them died. They got embarrassed on TV, and then they showed up knowing full well that cameras were on them, and then they killed those people, including women and children, for all of us to see.
Sure, but...
Okay,
I think that problem drives deeper than just the ability at that point. I mean, you're talking about the cowing of the civilian. I mean, that's the populace not willing to do anything about it. I mean, because we are a first world nation, because we live in a lot of comfort, nobody wants to give up that comfort for the...
My brother, they were armed. They had grenades. What are you talking about? They fought back. They killed 2 ATF agents a couple days before. They weren't comfortable. They were part of a doomsday cult. They were going to fight to the death. And then as soon as they got the upper hand on the ATF, the government said, word, all right, cool. Let me go into my trunk. I mean, come on, bro.
So your stance is because it's absolutely impossible, we should no longer try, and we should no longer have that available option, and that people should be regulated because guns are scary. Nobody's educated them in it. Nobody's educated in them anymore. People don't necessarily have a use for them, so we shouldn't have them because now it's become a civil unrest problem.
No, I didn't say anything about guns. What I was asking you to do is carry the ramifications of your logic to its end. What you're talking about is saying that a well-organized militia leader should have access to nuclear weapons. And I think that that's crazy.
I think there's a lot of crazy shit. I think our government's crazy. I think liberals are crazy. I think there's plenty of crazy.
Yes,
I mean,
there are exactly. And so if we agree that liberals and conservatives are crazy and there's lots of crazy people and the dude in Montana is probably not a balanced individual, then what we want to do is limit the amount of people that have access to nuclear weapons, not expand it.
Well, here's my point, and this is why I called in to begin with. Where do people who are in the military go when they're done?
They go into the civilian sector.
Exactly. Do you know what the numbers to retired and former military is to active duty?
Nope, not off the top of my head.
It's largely disproportionate to the civilian world. There are more former and retired military in the civilian realm than there are active or inactive, meaning reservists.
Okay.
So when you talk about the ability of Delta operators or the capabilities of Delta operators and things of that nature, like that exists in the civilian populace also. Half of these gun nuts that live in Montana or Texas, God knows, like 1 out of every 3 people in the military is from Texas.
Let me tell you something. If it were to get that hot and that type of conflict was really about to pop off, those people would be handled. Believe me. Believe me, I know for a fact.
You know that they would be handled. So,
yep.
Should something pop off, I need to watch my front door. That's what you're saying?
Yeah, for sure. Hey, your boy Obama. Don't forget that your man Obama, the whole Verizon scandal when he was spying on U.S. citizens.
Sure.
Okay, that's open source. That's for everybody to know. That's not even classified. So read between the lines. This idea that American civilians are somehow going to overlook. We have the strongest military literally in human history.
Agreed.
We are bullying the entire fucking planet. Right now, we have an empire that nobody can deal with at all. And you're trying to say that a couple vets is 320 million people, Steve, in America. I just think, to me, I'm a practical guy. You want your M4, you want that, okay, fine, home defense, I get it. Sori wants a 9, I get it. But when you start talking about missiles and RPGs and F-15s and all this other stuff, I just think that it's beyond credulity now. That's just crazy. It's just not practical. The founding fathers had no idea about any of these weapons and their capabilities. Can we agree on that? They had no concept of a nuclear bomb?
Sure, they had no concept of the internet. They had no concept of the newspaper.
Okay, so then, I mean, don't you think that they would have put some common sense limitations in there? You think that they would have said that they would want an average citizen to have access to a nuclear weapon?
Well, here's the things. The ideology then was that the average citizen made up the home front for the military, but it was also, again, the idea that the government could not turn on a citizen. I understand your argument, and I can't say completely disagree. I guess my stance is I would rather die on my sword than die on my knees, kind of thing. Well, and maybe that's just an ideological difference.
No, I know you would, and you would, Steve. You would. But what we're talking about here is a regular citizen who commands a militia of 50 people having access to a nuclear weapon. And you've got to agree with me that that's a terrible idea.
Sure, and I wouldn't call 50 people necessarily well regulated either.
That was about the size of a militia back in the day.
Right, but the citizenship, you want to talk numbers or percentage? Because the population wasn't quite the same either, and the overall militia was not one group.
Steve, I don't care if he has 500 people. I don't want Billy Bob from Montana to have access to a nuclear weapon, bro. Do you?
Okay, so let's just skip nuclear weapons then. Let's take that off the table, because again, we've already agreed that like Geneva Conventions, the fucking UN, there's plenty of regulations out there that limit who can and cannot have ICBMs. Even countries. But what about a machine gun? What about something that one trigger pull, multiple rounds?
Yeah, here's my thing with weapons, okay? Self-defense, okay, I get it. But when you're talking about, why do you need a machine gun? Like, would you be comfortable with somebody having a Humvee with a 50 attached to it?
Would I be comfortable?
Like a regular citizen, if he can afford it, gets a Humvee, he's got a 50.
Sure, because that means I can have a Humvee with a 50, and I would do my damnedest to equate. I don't live a passive lifestyle, though. I don't believe that, I'm just going to walk the street and pray to God everybody's okay.
Right.
And hopefully this guy doesn't shoot me. I don't live that way. I don't subscribe to that ideology. I believe in preparing for the worst, hoping for the best. So if he has a 50 BMG on his Humvee, then that means I can have similar. So I mean,
the proliferation of those weapons creates the psychological necessity for you having one, right?
Sure.
Okay, and I think that's a terrible eventuality. I think that's a bad idea.
I believe an armed society is a peaceful society. Honestly,
well, we've got Steve, we've got the most armed society known to man, and we also kill each other at record numbers. The way that we kill each other.
Government that divide us on a lot of talking points. We've got probably the biggest melting pot in the world as far as ideologies go. There's a lot of different factors to that. It's more so than just people that have a gun.
I'm not disputing that, but the raw naked facts are Americans kill each other with guns at rates that nobody else on the planet does. That's a problem, and we've got to solve it. Mm-hmm. And I don't care what needs to be sacrificed in the Constitution to make it so that doesn't happen, but we have a problem. I mean, can't you agree with that? If you go to the movie theaters and you're looking at exits and things of that nature, and you're looking for people that have, bulges in their pants, like I do, don't you think that that's a problem?
No, I believe it's vigilance. I mean, I don't know. I was trained to think that way, and I do anyway, so I don't know.
So was I. I was trained to think that way, but the difference is you and I are not in war zones anymore. It's a movie theater.
According to you, we are. If everybody has a gun and everybody's shooting up everything all the time, then they very much are in a war zone. Can't have it both ways.
Vin looks for bulges in people's pants. Did you see that one? Yeah, I hear you. Steve, I honestly, and I'll let you have the last word on this, I honestly don't believe that if you had the power, like if you had legislative power to put nuclear weapons in the hands of Billy Bob, that you would do that. I don't think you'd let that happen. I don't think you'd vote for that.
I think there would need to be a line that, again, you keep going to... I have to agree. I have to concede my point on the news. I can't see a positive outcome from any nuke at any point. Like, that's going to do damage beyond what's needed.
Right.
That's to subdue a government. I mean, that's to subdue, like, a nation. And, I mean, how many nukes have been set off in warfare in the history of the world?
Right. No, that's... No, yeah, you're right.
So nuclear warfare, I think that is a bridge too far.
Okay.
I will concede to nuclear warfare being a bridge too far.
Okay, so then we agree that even though we both agree the Second Amendment is in play, that there have to be limits to that term arms. So now the question is, how much are we going to limit it? And I have no solution, Steve, because all the gun control people, none of them have explained to me how to keep guns out of the hands of criminals. So all the gun control ideas that I've heard only result in good people putting their guns down. So the only people that have guns are police and bad people, which are sometimes indistinguishable. We're not going to get lucky all the time and run into an LEO mic 100% of the time. So I think it's a complex problem, but I think both sides are kind of living in this strange world where the answers are very simplistic. And to me, I haven't seen any answers yet.
Okay, I can see that, sure. I don't know if there ever will be one, to be honest. I'm a big believer in personal responsibility. I guess I think that's what all our arguments kind of boil down to usually, is personal responsibility. And
you're 100% right about that.
Sure, and to me, my safety, my ability to defend myself, and my desire to live are all 100% my responsibility. It's not your responsibility to keep me alive. It's my responsibility to stay alive, whether it be through natural means, unnatural means, whatever.
I hear you.
Guns, etc.
What'd the guy say? This is my safety, sir. He's his trigger finger. All right.
Right.
No, I'm with you, and you're also responsible to keep your family safe for the people around you that are under your roof. Eastern hospitality, that you're responsible for the lives of the people on your roof. And I feel the same way to responsibility. We just have different ideas about going about it. One of these days, we got to have that conversation, my guy.
I would love to. I don't know what your schedule looks like. You're a busy man.
There, 275. He knows. Norm Hooten. That's right. The legend. John Mace Junis. John Mace Junis. The guy's a legend. Absolute legend. All right, man. Much love to you.
Bye.
All right, man. Take it easy. Bye,
Peace.
Sori.
Alex Hefner's here.
Big homie Hef. What's good, Hef? What's good, buddy?
So I was craving chocolate, which I don't usually like, but then all of a sudden I realized that I just was really, really hungry. So I ate a bunch of Raisin Bran. Now I don't need the chocolate anymore. But Zoe's already cooking it, so I'll eat some.
Hef in the house. Are you an attorney yet, sir? I'll tell you what. An attorney, attorney's a hell of a thing. It's a good thing to have. They're not cheap, but they're a good thing to have. For sure.
Yeah. For sure.
I almost wanted to shoot a thank you Patreon video, because if it wasn't for them, we legit would not have been able to afford our lawyer.
Well, I think that once we get the results back from the judge, I know, old school fan, I was actually kind of like, do I want Nutella? I haven't wanted Nutella in a long time, but I was kind of like thinking maybe that's what I wanted. But when I get like that, I could just like, I feel like I could just eat everything. Eat that wall and everything.
You could. What's going on? Talk to me.
Hey,
It's kind of like getting the
I'm actually a first time caller, but I've been listening to you guys and watching you guys for a few months already. Well, since the daddy video went up.
Whoa.
Oh, wow.
Okay, what's up, brother?
It was my first time listening to it too.
It was a rough listen.
It really was, but I think I became a bigger Korn fan that night or that day than more than ever, if anything.
Yep.
So what's up, man?
Oh, nothing. I was actually pretty nervous calling in because I wasn't sure.
It's good to talk to you.
Yeah, man. My name's Ernie, by the way. Ernie or Crazy Eyes. That's my music name.
Crazy
All right,
Eyes?
I'll call you Crazy Eyes.
Yeah, I interview bands, and that's pretty much it. Just interview bands. It's pretty crazy, but they're super fun, and it's actually a blessing for me to do all that stuff.
Yep.
Cool, bro.
Yeah, and sorry, I'm literally starstruck right now.
Oh, it's all good, buddy.
But yeah, I did want to, like, I know you guys are like Christian based and all that stuff. I did want to tell you guys, if you guys give me the chance, a little bit about, my testimony.
Go for it.
So, in 1992, I was in a car accident, and I was pretty much like halfway dead, and they had to bring me back to life. And we did lose a lot of people. Well, we lost a few people in that car accident, but luckily I made it, and so did my mom. And when I was in a coma for 30 days,
Oh my gosh.
after being brought back to life, I was in a coma for 30 days, and I was completely blind. And the doctor said only God knows. And here I am 28 years later, almost 28 years later, living the dream.
Can you see?
I can, out of one eye, but
Wow.
I only need one eye to change the world.
Talk about it.
Yeah, and Crazy Eyes is, of course, because one of my left eye is like it doesn't work pretty much, so it's always looking somewhere else. And I was bullied, and they would always call me Crooked Eyes, but one day somebody just called me Crazy Eyes, and I took it and I made it my own.
There you go.
Do you have a YouTube channel?
I do Crazy Eyes with the K and the Z 956. I don't really post much on there. I do only post when I go to a concert and I record a song live. But I've also made videos about, you know, the musicians that I've met. And luckily, I was able to meet Vinnie Paul back in 2017, and I had a conversation with him, and I thanked him. And, you know, that was probably one of the best times of my life, meeting Vinnie Paul.
That's a big homie from Pantera.
Oh, okay.
Babe.
Yeah, I saw those videos about that you guys did after Vinny's death, and, you know, it hit me, and I cried. It was tough.
Yeah, that was a tough time, because we had just discovered Pantera, and then boom, Vinny died pretty soon after we started listening to Pantera, so that was tough.
I'll tell you one thing, though. If you would have ever met Vinnie Paul, that guy would have taken the time to talk to you and take a picture, because, you know, he took the time for me and other people there at the bar.
Uh-huh.
But so I was in a car accident, and I've got back to life, and well, my birthday's in March, so, you know, it's going to be 28 years later I'm doing this. But in 2009, I was going to commit suicide.
Wow.
And I told God, I asked him, I'm like, hey, if you want me to continue living, you know, give me a reason to live. And then the summer of 2009, in July, I discovered a band by the name of Adelita's Way, which they're really good friends of mine now. I've seen them 9 times. And I heard their song Invincible. And in that song, it says, believe me, you never met a mother effer like me. And that, when I heard that song, I told myself, you're right. They've never met a mother effer like me. And ever since that, my life changed forever. Once I met music.
That's awesome.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's really cool.
I'm actually interviewing them next in April in Austin, Texas.
Oh, nice. Are you from Texas?
Yes, I'm from Texas. I'm from the tip of Texas, next to my Mexican homies.
Somebody was guessing you were from Texas. What's the date of your birthday?
3/28/91.
The 28th?
Yes, ma'am.
I was just curious because Sayla's is the 23rd and Zoe's is the 21st.
Yeah.
And Silver said happy early birthday to you because her birthday's in March also.
Oh, that's cool, man. Thank you, and happy birthday to you, to your kids too. Well, it's next month, but yeah, I really just wanted to come on and, you know, introduce myself, but, you know, I really didn't have to, but, you know, I just have felt so connected to you guys these past few weeks. I've literally, like, every night even if I don't like the song or know the band or know the song, I listen to it because you guys see music in a different way as I do. And I love, you know, what you guys do with the reaction videos.
That's cool, man.
Nice.
We appreciate you, bruv.
Yeah, and before I let y'all go, just remember that without music, life would be a mistake. That's how I end every interview I ever do.
Nice.
Nice. All right, man. Have a good one.
You too, man. Thank you so much.
Much love to the big homie.
That's right. Correct right here?
Yeah.
You're April 29th?
Yep.
There you go, Jan.
March 9th. Silver Kyrie.
Yours is coming right up.
March 9th.
Zombie Rider is March 2nd.
March 9th is when B.I.G. died. I came in from school. We were shopping. We were school shopping. because
Oh,
we'd
yeah.
moved yet again.
Oh gosh.
And Mr. Man was like, that Biggie guy, he died. I was like, Biggie didn't die. Stop lying. What do you know about it? And we turned on Hot 97, sure enough.
Oh my gosh.
He went off to the A and Soph. So, Silver, every single time I heard March 9th, I've always had a bad connotation, but now you're turning it around for us. Finally, something good happened on March 9th.
Look,
Good Lord.
He's back.
Salah, hey! Long time. I missed you too, Salah Nasser. The only thing we need now is Lilo to come back. Lilo comes back, then we'll all have a party.
Thank you, Jan.
Thank you, Yan. Appreciate you, buddy.
Oh, somebody's birthday is in 2 days. Who was it? I just saw that. Oh, Rachel. Happy
no
birthday,
way.
Rachel.
If Biggie lived, hip hop would still be good. That's true.
You
Whoa,
you
Fred
got
the
your
local
book
villager.
signed?
Fred the local villager. He's got the same birthday as me.
Mark, yours is really close to mine.
I don't know. I lost my own YouTube. I'm making another one, so here I am. Oh, okay.
Open.
Salah is the teacher, right?
Are they good?
What's crappening?
Let me try them yet.
What?
Is it alright if I get some? If Zoe says.
Uh-huh.
Yay! Wait, are these for you or?
They were.
Okay. I didn't let anyone have them yet. And say last before she dug into it. So. They're good?
They're good.
They are.
Yo!
They are. Yeah, you guys can
Wait,
just-
hold on.
for a piece.
12.
Talk to me!
Yep.
Alan Sahlan. Keep
Hey.
it up,
But
Dory.
you cut them so it doesn't turn into
How
a
are
mess.
you, my friend?
How are you?
Doing
Sonic.
good.
Doing pretty good. Doing pretty
Do you
good.
think I'd be
Good,
able to cut
good,
them?
good, good, good.
You know how much I could?
Yeah.
What's up with you?
Not like how Zoe did?
So
We're
what's
in the
up?
middle of a thing here.
Did you,
Yes, like Zoe did.
I heard your comments about Ocasio-Cortez,
Yep.
and she's a bit over her head.
Yeah, I think so. I wish they would have given her some time to cook, as I said, mature a little bit, maybe even a year before she went out into the public eye like that, but
Her virtues are pure. Her ideas are fucked up.
I agree.
Pardon my language.
Well, some of them. Some of her ideas are crazy. Some of them are productive, but yeah, and the way that she speaks about things is very unrefined.
It's starting a discussion, though. It helps. Discussion always helps.
Yep.
I believe that. I think one thing for sure you'll agree with, Trump created a new debate where people talk plain. And she talks plain. Her ideas are pure. They're idealistic, but pure. And the bait was Bernie. He was baked in, and he folded under the Clinton regime.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And I commend her for her ideas, but the zero emission in 10 years, but we're dead in 12. So what the fuck? She's predicting the world would end in 12 years.
Yeah.
But her plans are for 10 years to be zero carbon. Only for the U.S. And China still pumps out whatever they pump out. And Pakistan still pumps out whatever they pump out. Unless you get them involved, it's all for nothing.
Right. I think her counter argument is going to be that since we're the leaders of the free world, once everybody sees that we could do it and not destroy our economy, then other people will follow suit. I think it's super idealistic. I think it's probably a pipe dream. I think, what's her name? Speaker of the House. I think Pelosi already threw some shade at it. So it's definitely an uphill battle, for sure.
Yeah, but at least start the discussion.
Right. I agree.
At least do that.
I agree.
Start the discussion.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because we saw how socialism works, and it doesn't. Nowhere in the world does it work.
Yeah, I think, we need some sort of combination of socialism and capitalism, which we already kind of have. But
I think we're the best in the world.
Well,
there's nowhere else in the world I'd rather be in the U.S.
Well, yeah, I mean, I feel
best nation.
I feel the same way, and I've been to other countries, so I feel the same way.
I can go to Epcot. I can visit the world.
Right. Tell me, if you had 2 minutes with AOC, what would you say to her?
That nowhere in a first world nation does socialism work. You have to recognize that socialism only creates death. I doubt she'd listen.
She might listen.
Doubt it. Speaking from the Bronx. I never got along with them. I'm from Yonkers.
My ex was a Puerto Rican from the Bronx.
Talk about stubborn.
Yeah, she's stubborn as hell. That's for sure. All right, my guy.
Did you notice last night they didn't mention Vinnie Paul at the Grammys?
I know. They got no respect for metal, bro. No respect for metal over there.
Yeah, no. And Maiden is not in the Hall of Fame. What the fuck?
All right, my guy. Much love to you.
My guy. Be well.
Cool.
Bye.
This guy Yan is a savage.
Yep.
He's an absolute savage.
Yep.
Go make me a sandwich, honey. Hey, Yan, she just got a $10 million movie deal. AOC. So I want to.
I don't even know who you guys are talking about.
Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
Okay.
I want to see how that socialism works, sister. You got your $10 million now. Give me a piece of that. Motor breath. Yeah, we need to do some motor breath for sure. Oh my gosh. All right, guys. It's been an hour and a half. Much love to y'all. I don't really think she's I mean, look, when you live with Sori, it's hard to believe that anybody's hot.
Oh my gosh.
Honestly, I don't think anybody's really pretty after living with you. I've always been like, eh.
You're crazy.
So
this
right,
person?
AOC, yeah. So, she needs to. We're gonna shoot a Middle America video on her Green New Deal. That's for sure. Oh, it's all good, Rachel. Much love to you, sister.
Yep.
You need to do Fear Factory. I agree.
You promised.
Yeah, you can make money and be a socialist. I'm a socialist.
Vin, keep lying to make your wife happy.
Lying about what?
Saying I'm pretty and all that.
Yeah. I've seen how people react to you in the real world. Please. I want to ask you a few questions about the NFL. All right, Dan, call me and ask me about the NFL. I don't know what there is to ask. I mean, Tom Brady's the greatest of all time. That's all you need to know, bruh. That's all you need to know.
Stage. Vin's actually known me for 11 years.
Yeah. Yeah. Is that Z? Z calling me up? All right, Dan.
We gotta end soon too, because we're gonna.
I know. I said we were ending.
You did.
What's
and
up?
Now you're taking a call.
Dan,
Hey, homie, what's going on?
what's going on, big homie? What do you want to know about football?
I'm fucking melting, man. It's 35 degrees C and about 80% humidity, and it's like really hard to breathe. The air's so thick.
We don't even know what
But,
that means. 35 degrees Celsius.
Over 100 Fahrenheit.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So what's-
And like 80% humidity, so we are melting, man. You guys are freezing, we are
Nice.
melting. I'll swap any day.
So what's up, bruh?
Okay, so my question isn't about like Tom Brady or any of that stuff. So it's a bit more what's going on with the concussions and how it can be avoided in your opinion. So I've been looking at some of the statistics and stuff for it, and like even with the guys wearing helmets, the concussions that are sustained, like the sheer amount is just insane.
It's
Like,
impossible.
Sorry?
It's impossible to do anything about the concussions. These are guys at peak physical condition running into each other 100 miles an hour. There's no way to stop it.
Okay, so I have a question for you. You ever heard of a game called rugby?
Yes.
Okay, they don't wear helmets,
Right.
right?
Yep.
They tackle and hit just as hard,
Yep.
right? Why don't they get anywhere near the amount of concussions?
Because they don't take the risks with their body that football players do because they have a false sense of security because they're wearing a helmet.
Exactly. So, what I'm saying, like, what I want to know, why don't they take the helmets out of the equation, and why don't they adopt a rugby style of tackle? And why aren't they pushing for that? Why aren't they trying to protect their players?
I think that it's just, I think it would be smart for them to do that. I just think that the way that football players, because I played football when I was younger, the way football players are trained, all of your training centers around the idea that you're wearing a helmet. So the tackling.
It shows, man. It shows. Like it's, and that's what I mean. Like there's so much money in it. Wouldn't they, like the guys like Tom Brady? Why don't they want to protect him so he can play for 10 seasons?
They
You
do.
know what I
He's
mean?
been
Like-
playing for 60. He's been playing for 18 seasons.
Has he really? Holy shit. Well, there you go. I don't know how the guy can still, he must have some good blockers.
Well, here's the thing. What they've done in the NFL is they've changed the rules so that if you breathe on the quarterback or sneeze on him or make fun of his mom, you get a 15-yard penalty.
Oh shit, so you can't sack the quarterback anymore?
Well, you can, but you have to be extremely gentle about how you sack him. So in 2008, Brady tore his MCL, and then after that, you couldn't hit the quarterback below the knee. I mean, they completely changed their rules specifically for Brady.
Poor Bobby Boucher, man, wouldn't fucking know what to do.
Yeah. That and Brady gets
Yeah,
rid of
but
the
no,
ball. Brady gets rid of the ball in about 2 seconds. So
Yeah, look, it's
He's
a
not
lot
gonna
like
get
that
touched.
with the older players in rugby league as well, like the playmakers or what you'd call the quarterback in the NFL. But why risk all the injuries, man, when it's such like a big business, like huge business? I don't understand why they don't bring in that sort of stuff, safety measures
well they
for
do.
the players, because
Well, they do have safety measures. I mean, the game is a lot different now than it was even 10 years ago.
yeah, but I watched that Super Bowl, man, and those guys are like jumping up in the air and headbutting each other. Like it's just fucking stupid. Like
Well, I mean,
you know,
it's America, man. Americans love their football. That's not going to change.
no. I'm not saying it changed. Like to me, like I enjoy watching the game. Like I grew up playing rugby league, but I enjoy watching the NFL. Like it has its merits. The way it's more set up. It's more set up like an army maneuver than a game, in my opinion. Like the way that they set the plays up and shit. Like it's really
Yeah.
cool. I enjoy watching it.
Yeah.
But I think they really need to start looking after themselves, man, because that's just insanity. Lord. Anyway, I just wanted to ask you, what you thought about it, and whether you think the changes can be implemented or not, whether it would go,
Nope.
Do you think that they could take the helmets out of the game?
I don't think it's ever going to happen. I think they could. I just don't think it's ever going to happen. It's too tied up in Americana. It's something that's distinctly ours. Basketball is a global sport now. Soccer was never our sport. Hockey is not our sport. American football is our sport, and we don't want anything touching it or changing the real face of it, and that's kind of the way it's going to be.
Yeah, I don't know. How would you feel like putting your boys, would one of your boys be interested in playing gridiron?
Yeah, my two boys are probably going to go into football this summer in the summer league. My suspicion is that my oldest one, once he has a really rough practice, is going to decide that he wants to do something else with his life. My youngest one, though, Johan, I see him playing through broken fingers. I had my gum, like the bottom row of my gum was completely ripped out on one play. And my friends were seeing my teeth through my gums.
Oh, gosh.
And and they dragged me to the end of the bench so that the coach wouldn't see me because I was spitting out blood the rest of the day. And as soon as the defense was back on the field, I was back on the field. I didn't. So
Well, it was like that for us back in the day too. Like playing footy as a young fella, you'd smack your head, you get up, you keep going, you'd be missing teeth. It didn't matter. But now, man, like if you take a solid hit to the head, you go straight up into the sheds, and you're getting your head checked out, and you're not allowed back in the game.
Yeah, we have concussion protocols, but the culture in football is that if you play hurt, you get a lot of
praise. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
So
it was like that here too. Like all my boys play footy, and there's a mindset you want to play for your team. Like I'm a big believer in team sport, because it teaches you a lot about life. I think.
Yeah.
It teaches you how to be a part of a team. Can teach you how to be a leader. It can teach you how to be a follower.
Yep.
I think there's nothing better than team sport for kids, in my honest opinion.
Yeah.
But there's some bad shit that can come with that too. They're going to want to play. They're going to want to play for their teammates, whether it be hurt. They're going to bullshit to their coach about whether they hit their head or, I just find it hard. Like, how do you feel about your boys taking the field in a sport where, diving at people head first is encouraged?
I would have a hard time with that.
Yeah, Sori would have a hard. Like I said, I don't think. Dorian's a quarterback, and so he's kind of he chose the least contacted position on the field and the most protected one because that's kind of his MO. But my Johan is just like I was. It's the same thing. Like if they wanted to go into the military, it's something that you kind of have to get out of your system. And then it's kind of up to us to manage it. So, yeah, I've written stuff about football. I've shot videos about football because of I do think there's a moral dilemma there that people are not looking at, that you're bringing up. That, and as being someone who's played it, the culture is walk it off. There's a difference between hurt and being injured, blah, 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 everything that they tell you. And the thing is, I wasn't under any pressure. Nobody told me, hey, if you're hurt, Vin, just sit down. Nobody.
No, there's no. You're not being told that, but it's like it's an unwritten rule.
Well, sure.
You know what I mean?
Well,
it just sort of happens without you realizing it.
Of course, and obviously it's part of being a male, right? Is your pain tolerance and how much you can go on. That's kind of what is celebrated as being masculine, right? Is that you're able to suck it up and keep going. So, you know, there's a lot of things at play in football.
Yeah, I agree. I 100% agree. But anyway, man, I won't take up any more of your time. I know, sure you got a bunch of people wanting to call in and whatnot. But thanks for the chat.
Yeah, man. Much love to you, my guy.
Yep, too easy, bro. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, so that's the end of that. Much love talking to you guys. Missed you guys for a long time. Take care of each other. And we'll see you next time, man. Middle America, Lennon and Sori. Good day.
Bye.
Hold on. We always do this.
What do we do?
There you go. There's less than 1 gigabyte of space left on this disk. Vin out.
Sorry out.
Gone.